morning. As you can see, we're already driving, but you haven't missed much. When I did my calculations last night to find out how long it would take me to get to the next spot, I determined that what I originally thought was day one being my longest drive day, turns out today is going to be my longest drive day, somewhere in the neighborhood of 8.5 to 9 hours. And yesterday we only went about 8 hours. So yeah, we had to get up pretty early this morning and skedaddle and get out of there, and I didn't really have time to turn the camera on and film. Essentially what we did is I set my alarm for 6 and we rolled out of there at 7. But a couple of interesting things I've learned, because most of the 3 years that I've used this camper myself, I've never boondocked, and that was my first chance to boondock. And I had a couple of situations last night that caused some issues. I had to shut my generator off at 9 o'clock last night, per the rules of this Harvest Host site, and I did. I shut it off right at 9, and I had my phone plugged in to charge my battery into one of the USB ports in the camper. And about an hour and a half in, and of course I had my fridge turned all the way down. My fridge is a 12-volt fridge, so it doesn't switch to propane like some of the older style fridges do. About an hour and a half in, I started seeing all the lights were off in the camper. I was basically, what I thought was only the fridge and my phone were plugged into the camper. The fridge only draws about 25 watts. It's not a big draw. It's actually very efficient. The light on the thermostat started flashing, and it was so bright because the camper is completely dark, and it was a flashing blue light. Obviously something I couldn't deal with, so I got up, looked at it, said low on the thermostat, which means low voltage. So I'm like, oh crap, my battery's going dead already. We're only an hour and a half, 2 hours into the night, and I'm already struggling with low battery. Well, lo and behold, I knew the fridge was going to be a problem, so I kept the fridge closed all night. It did eventually stop running, and then when I got up this morning, the first thing I did was grab the generator, at least while I was cleaning up and moving things around, getting ready to leave. I had the generator running. Well, when I went out and looked at my battery voltage on the camper, it showed 8.5 volts, I think is what it was down to, which is really, really low for a lead acid battery. So that's not good. So when I plugged in the generator, everything ran normal. I was able to get the slide in. And then I had a situation again, because I only ran the generator maybe 30-45 minutes, which certainly isn't going to be enough to fully charge that battery. And the sun wasn't up enough to use solar to charge it. So well, because of the way I have everything packed, I've got the generator in the bed of the truck, but the bed of the truck has to be closed in order to hitch up the trailer. So I had to shut the generator off in order to hitch up, and my jack on my camper is electric. Well, the jack really struggled to raise and lower itself because the battery got down to about 10.5 volts by the time I got the jack, or I got the trailer hitched up and ready to go. So anyway, so what I'm learning is, number one, I've got to figure out a way that I can have the generator running while inside the bed of the truck, also while the tailgate is closed. So that's not going to happen on this trip. Either that, or I'm gonna. I don't have long enough jumper cables either to hook up the truck's battery to the camper battery. I'd have to get a second set to do that. So anyway, that's a problem for another day. We'll figure that out. I think my next harvest host in 2 nights allows generators 24/7 so long as nobody else is there. So hopefully nobody's going to be at this harvest host that I'm going to. Then I can pull the generator out and run it all night long. My next stop is actually at a friend's house, and he's going to allow me to plug my camper into a 110 outlet, which should be fine, given the fact that I shouldn't need the air conditioner, because I'm going to be in Massachusetts and they've had a very cool spring so far. So yeah, enough about my camper problems. So today we are on the highway. We're headed up Interstate 81, bound for Scranton, which at that point we will pick up Interstate 84 and head across to Hartford. And then once we get to Hartford, we're going to pick up Interstate 91, which will take us into Springfield, Massachusetts, and that's where my friend lives. So essentially it's all interstate driving today. So it's nothing going to be not as scenic as some of the routes that we took yesterday, but at the same time, you know, we're going to be covering a lot of miles in a very short time. So that's where we are today. So I will turn the camera back on if anything interesting happens.
The judge dismissed the lawsuit that's holding up construction. Alex, I think you noted that the language in the filing was a bit unusual.
Welcome to Pennsylvania.
I've never really been the one who's worried. Always been the one who's keeping it cool. The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me, 'cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free. I am made to be free. About myself and myself only. I've been like that since I was a kid. I've always put my feet wherever I want to. Before I saw who I could be, kept thinking where
Welcome to Connecticut.
go wrong, then realizing where I do come from. Was asking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me, 'cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free.
Welcome to Massachusetts.
I am made to be free.
So all you've missed is the trip from Adam's house to Costco, which is only, I don't know, 5 miles away from his house. I forgot to turn on the camera, so it's on now. We've gotten fuel at Costco, and now we are on our way. Wow, we only got 307 miles to the tank. That's because of those freaking mountains.
to Vermont. In 800 feet, turn I-91 north.
Good morning. Yeah, yesterday when I last turned the camera on, I had just left West Virginia, headed for Springfield, Mass. And all day yesterday I battled crosswinds and a lot of trailer sway. It was a all-out 100% focus on driving. Couldn't do anything other than that, which you really shouldn't do anyway. But at the same time, I had a destination I had to reach by a certain hour because we had plans on going to a hockey game last night, which we did. Enjoyed a nice, entertaining minor league hockey game. And yeah, so we got back to his house because the game went to overtime. It was a playoff game, so it was a much later night than we expected. So we got back to his house, and by the time I went to bed, it was like a little after midnight. And then I got up at 7 this morning. Kind of shot the breeze a little bit with my buddy, and then we headed out for our next final destination today is somewhere in New Hampshire, close to where the campground is located that I'm buying. So so today is more driving. It's going to be a lot more scenic than yesterday. Yesterday was not very scenic at all, and because it was all interstate driving. Well, it kind of was. We were driving through the Pocono Mountains, so there's that. But today we're driving through, I left Springfield a little while ago. I stopped in, I'm actually stopped right now in Vermont in the Brattleboro area, and we'll be getting off the highway here shortly and crossing over into New Hampshire and making our way through New Hampshire. And our next stop is a grocery store in New Hampshire, about an hour away from where our final destination is for today, because tonight we are going to make some smash burgers on the griddle, and that of course, weather permitting. It's raining right now, and it's supposed to be off and on rain all day today, but we'll see. Smash burgers is the menu for today, so pretty much today is just more driving. We got about 3 hours to go, and then we stop for the night at another Harvest Host that should allow me, if nobody else is there, to park and run the generator all night long. So we'll have no shortage of power tonight. And then same thing tomorrow night. And then the following night, well, we'll see. A lot depends on what happens tomorrow at the campground. So that's where we are, and we will go from there. So let's hit the road, or let's continue up the road.
Welcome to New Hampshire. parking lot toward New Hampshire 16 North.
I can't get diamonds so pearls, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. But I can love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got, the fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby, cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you.
Hey, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, the 7th of May, and today it was my first day visiting the campground in person. So it was a very interesting day. So I had never seen the campground in person before, and so today was my opportunity to visit the campground, met with the owners. Spent basically pretty much a good chunk of the day from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. there, and got a site tour, toured all of the facilities, all of the bathhouses, all of the campers that are renters, or that are rentals, and just had an overall introduction to the property and everything else. So I gotta tell you, it was basically everything I expected, and I can tell you I'm gonna love it there. So being right on the lake, it's a great location. Yeah, I don't know how much more to say. So essentially where we left it is we've got a lot of work to do. We have a couple of weeks till closing, but they are busily getting the campground ready for opening, which is actually going to happen about a week before we actually close on the property. So I talked with the owners. It looks like we're going to have they really don't want to open the place themselves, so kind of came up with a verbal agreement that I would do everything I can to help them open and learn everything I can, so that I mean, I flat out told them, look, I said I'm at a spot where I want to go ahead and take over and run the place as it is. I'm going to essentially work for free for a bit, so, which I don't mind. It's not my place until it's my place. So so that's essentially where we're at on that. So back at the camper now, and what we have going on is I'm in the middle of a couple of different projects. Obviously I got to get ready to move the camper in the morning because I'm only at this Harvest Host. Tonight is the second night of 2 nights, and I got to move tomorrow morning. I negotiated with the owners of the campground to allow me to bring the camper up to their property in exchange for me helping out around the campground in terms of getting things going and getting things set up. So, but in the meantime, you know, we got to get this thing ready to camp. But I haven't eaten anything all day, so we are doing a nice hearty junk food dinner tonight. Essentially what I've got is we're going to make some smash burgers, which I've got the balls here. And for you smash burger fans, yes, I know they're a little bit large, but that's okay. I'm just going to take them that way. And we got, ooh, the bun is actually drying out. It's thawed and it's drying out. I don't want to toast the bun. Heat comes out of that, so the bun is ready. I'm freezing my buns, so I only have to use them one at a time. So we're going to cook the smash burgers. I've got fries in the oven, and we're going to make let's see, oh, we got to finish this little bit left of the hibachi from the other night. I'm gonna go ahead and finish that off as a side. And then, yeah, we're gonna get to work at getting the camper ready to move. While I was here, I shoved everything to the back. So all this stuff in here, we've got linens for beds, which I'm glad I brought mine because they didn't provide a lot. They've got, and unfortunately, they're full-size beds in the cabins. So my queens might not work very well, but we'll see what we can fit. So back here, we've got linens, we've got kayaks down here, we've got a tent, we've got a instant pop-up, we've got the life jackets for the kayaks, we've got all these totes that have some of my electronics in it, tools, all that. I just shoved it all in the back, but before we can move this, that makes this camper extremely back heavy. So I'm not really going to be able to move it as it is. So I'm going to have to move some things around. Probably the heaviest thing back here is the bike, which I'm going to line up right here before I move it. The totes I'm going to kind of put over here on the floor. And then obviously my cooler of food I'm going to put on the floor. And then I've got 2 ladders and my car ramps outside and in the back that need to come in here before I move it. These suitcases are empty. I've already put my clothes away. They're going to go back here on top of the bed. But I can put more stuff on the bed. You know, they got one closet full. That closet's got some electronic stuff in it. That's got to come out. I can put some stuff up there. I'm going to use this big body pillow to pad my my monitors. These are all on mounted arms on the, you can see back here, you've got arms that are holding the monitors to the table. But to keep them from shaking around, I'm going to put that body pillow up under the monitors, drop them down so that they're not bouncing up and down as we drive. And those monitors should be fine. And then everything else is pretty much going to be as it is. So yeah, that's the rest of tonight. So we're going to just do a little bit of relaxing and make a couple of phone calls while I still have service to some family and friends. And then we'll start getting ready to move this thing. So tomorrow morning I got to have it out of here by 10 a.m. We're just going to head straight to the campground with it, set it up over there, and then start arranging this thing the way it needs to be done. So that's where we are. And that's where we're gonna be. So